Jada!
Okay, we're back. My brave nice princesses and princesses to Alaska. Let's just go.
That blood-curdling scream came from the frozen lake, and to me, it sounded like a little girl's scream. I ran so fast in that direction, I hoped I wasn't too late.
Same. Honestly.
Jada! Jada! As I reached the frozen lake, I couldn't see anyone on the ice. No Shane, no Jada, but I could hear a faint banging. What is that? I thought.
Oh, I know.
It got louder as I made my way across the lake. But what was making that noise? Oh, no. That moment was the worst moment of my life. More severe than my wife leaving me. My little Jada, her lifeless body under the ice. The only other feeling more apparent in that moment was the feeling that I was going to find Shane and I was going to murder him myself. He had to be stopped. There was going to be no one left here. I went through the trees towards the river. Blake? What? Shane? I'm so sorry. I thought you were the killer. Who are you? I had killed Shane, but he wasn't the one who's been killing everyone. I couldn't breathe at that moment. I had to catch up with this man and find out who he is once and for all.
And you think to yourself, what a wonderful world. Not really, it's not a wonderful world. On this game anyway. This game, everybody dies. Nah, I don't know that, but that's why I think to myself. I'm willing to think that this is like a hallucination or something. What if he runs over here and he finds out that this person is himself? That is a question. Of course.
No! Ken! Ellie! No! I gotta get back to the house and wait for the police. I can't deal with this. I was hoping the McWilliams had made it to the plane already, so I could warn them of what is happening. But as I made my way towards the plane, it just blew up. I knew I had to make it to my house and hide, as I now was the only one left in Silka.
Okay then. I'm pretty sure if this person has thought this far ahead, I'm pretty sure he's burned down your house too. If he's thought this far ahead.
And then I made it home, and here I am, telling you the story.
Blake, that is what your mind has made you see. You know this is just a story your imagination has made up to protect you from the truth. What really happened that day? Blake, we can't help you if you don't tell us the truth.
I killed them all. I remember. Everything was going so well that first week, but I think because I had isolated myself for so long, the damage was already done. The axe I found at the water tower, I still had it. I remember picking it up that morning and just wanted to use it. But not on wood, on bone. I did hear Mason's plane land that morning, so sadly for him, he was going to be my first victim that day. As I marched down the path towards the airstrip, no other thoughts filled my head but the one of hurting people. I wanted people to feel my pain that I had endured. I wanted everyone to feel it.
Okay then.
When I got to Mason, he looked shocked, scared, exactly what I wanted. And as I plowed that axe into his skull, I could feel a part of the pain disappear. I wanted more. I still had the fireworks from the night before. I hadn't planted them all. I set them up against Mason's plane in a ploy to gather people there to blow it up and everyone else with it. That didn't go exactly according to plan though.
Let me guess.
When I got to Marcus's house, I tried to convince him and Anna to come with me to the plane, but they wouldn't. I got angry and grabbed the closest thing I could hurt them with, the guitar. I was going to make them follow me. I smashed it against Marcus's bald head and then took one of the guitar strings and strangled Anna with it.
Wow.
With every death, I was feeling so much better. But I still wasn't satisfied.
Okay then.
Once the light had left their eyes, I decided against taking them to the plane. I thought the explosion might be heard from the other side of town. I didn't want to warn anybody that a storm was coming their way.
And you drowned Jada. I mean, how twisted are you, man?
I dragged their lifeless bodies down towards the river. After witnessing such an horrific scene, I couldn't convince Jada to come with me, so I picked her up and forced her to follow. I had set the boat up already. Both Marcus and Anna were there, laid out, like luggage, ready for the voyage. I put Jada in the boat and rowed down the river towards the other side of Silka.
Wow.
I left Jada with the McWilliams just like I told you. But of course, it wasn't so I could go investigate the blood. The blood trails were being created by me. I wanted to take Marcus and Anna's body to the Andrews property. I knew the Andrews would be back in a few weeks, and I wanted to leave them a little surprise, as the plan was for me to be far away from Silka by then.
And all this was because... Why? Just why?
As I was hanging their bodies up on meat hooks though, Jada must have followed me. She witnessed further onslaught as I was hanging them. I turned around and tried to chase her, but she was gone by the time I was out the house. I knew which direction she would be going in though, back towards the boat. It wouldn't have been a hardship to catch up with a little girl, so I decided to finish my plan first. I went to the Clark's house to take out Myra and Shane. I couldn't find Shane, but I think Myra was hiding. I looked around the house, couldn't find her, but when I made my way out onto the balcony, she made a run for it. I shot her. Not by accident, like I said. I meant that bullet. I ran back to the McWilliams next, told them to get to the plane, and then went to find Jada. I found her quickly. She was struggling on the ice.
Wow.
I had created a hole in the ice when I was ice skating last week. I grabbed Jada and threw her into the hole, into the ice-cold water. I watched her struggle for a
Wow.
bit, then held her head under the water until she struggled no more.
Wow.
I was lucky with Shane. I found him by the river as I was making my way back towards the plane. I stabbed him and moved on. As for the McWilliams, the finale was prepared earlier for this moment. I got a comfortable distance from the plane, then pressed that trigger, and I blew that plane up, and blew the McWilliams up with it. And I then made my way back home and... This isn't real, is it? The police aren't even here yet. Oh, what have I done? What have I done?
Basically, his wife left him. He lost his mind because of the isolation, and basically killed everybody. Basically sums up. Wow.
Oh, I killed them all. Why? What have I done? Oh, darling. Did this all start when you left me? Divorced me? I just can't. What have I...
Let me guess, she's in
If
here.
only I could smell your glorious scent one last time. Oh? Oh? What? Not you too. Not you too! Oh, what have I become? I'm so sorry.
Okay, then.
I'm so sorry. Oh.
Wow. Okay. Alright, well, this was, let's go. Wow. So, if you guys enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe because always room for more, and